everyone, welcome back. And we're very luckily joined this morning by Huggy Bear, Beast Boy himself, Chris Barnett. The trio of trust is back together again. So, Chris, first of all, how you doing today, man?
Man, I'm good. Can't complain. Just out here living, man. Another day, another dollar, as they
Another
say.
day, another dollar. That's it. Well, look, so Chris, first question, kind of not really MMA related, but I wanted to ask you, have you seen the latest Dragon Ball movie yet? And if not, what sort of anime are you sort of getting into at the moment?
We talking with the new sale and
Yeah,
the new Beast
new
Gohan.
Beast Gohan, new
Yeah,
cell. Yep.
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah. No, actually I played what's it called? Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. So I
Yep.
went in, I made my little Namek. I made him gold and whatnot, try
Yeah,
to try
yeah,
to
yeah.
mimic the Piccolo thing. But yeah, no, I checked it out, man. It was I was mad because I'm a big fan of Cell,
Yep.
and I wish there would have been a little bit more. I don't want to ruin it, I won't be that guy. But
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, it was I liked it. I liked it for what it was. Got
100%.
Gohan finally got his shine after all this time.
Finally, after 12 years of 12 years of being
Right?
limits off, yeah, yeah, finally got his shine.
Chris, something I want to ask you, man, off the bat is obviously this year's been a very hard year for you, and for a guy that remains so positive through everything in life, I truly think that if everyone was as positive and as happy as you were, the world would probably be a much better place. So in saying all of that, how do you sort of manage to remain so positive and so bright and happy through such hard times?
Man, I just like honestly just living life hour by hour, dude. Like not overthinking stuff. Not being overwhelmed. Not trying to be overwhelmed. Not trying to put too much on my plate, man. Just honestly taking it day by day, dude. And having a good like circle around me. Also, that's one thing is that I don't give enough credit to them, but it's I'm human. I wake up with days where I'm like, whew, you know what? Not today. And then I've got those guys that'll check in. Hey, what are we doing today? What are we doing to make ourselves better? And that's been our big thing is just getting on the whole thing of as long as we are 1% better today, then we did something. You know what I mean? We accomplished some kind of goal. So that's been my whole mo now. And just looking at because you everybody can be negative, everybody can be mad, and honestly, what do they say? It's a scientific fact. It takes more to frown than it does to smile.
Yeah.
So you waste more muscle strength like frowning and whatnot. So it's everything points to being happy. So why not why not try it? Because when you dial it back and you sit back and look at certain things, are you going to be mad at it in 30 minutes? Are you going to be mad at it in a week from now? So when you sit back and look at some of the silly things that we grasp on for so long, it's just it honestly it eats away at you. So my whole thing is, all right, man, look, you don't like me today. I promise you might like me tomorrow. If not, the next day you're gonna like me. If not, I'm not gonna stress over it. But at some point, you're gonna like. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
just been my whole mo. Is just life is too short to not be positive. Honestly.
Mm, for sure. Well, Chris, look, that kind of leads into my next question, and you kind of touched on it a little bit. So, something you're obviously known for is, the energy that you bring to the sport. And I think your last fight really sort of displayed your toughness in having to rally after, a tough first round. Pulling back the curtain a bit, how hard was it to rally in that moment, given it was, such a difficult fight week for you?
It it was weird, man. So initially, just going into the fight, you got all that stuff happening, backstage, everybody beating each other up and whatnot. Kung fu fighting, literally kung fu fighting back there. Uh, so between that and then like my biggest thing I'll say with the week was like, because like with everything that's gone on, I've taking it day by day has made it easier. And then like again, having guys like Scott Barrett, Todd Duffy, Carl, all of them in my corner and whatnot, it you don't have to dwell on, negativity because whether two of us out of that group are angry, somebody's gonna say something that's gonna make somebody laugh and we keep it moving, type thing. So that whole week, the biggest concern, honestly, there was none. There was none. Like we went in, everything was good. Like we're cutting and doing everything. The day of weigh-ins, that's when the concern happened because we ran into this doctor that uh shout out to the doctor. He was doing his job or whatever. But
I've read your comments on it. Yeah.
it was a pound and a half, and I'm literally sweating as I'm talking to him. If you go back and watch while I weigh in, I'm still sweating on the scale, and like I didn't pull the DC, I didn't get naked and push on the towel yet, or nothing, or nothing. But like all I needed was honestly another 30 minutes of sitting outside in that Vegas weather, and I know for a fact, it would have been on. Now, again, I take full responsibility for it. I'm a heavyweight. I'm a chunky heavyweight. So there's no reason that I shouldn't be coming in, 265 or under. My thing is I like to cut late. Me being a shorter heavyweight, I like to at least weigh more than who I'm fighting. I gotta have some type of mental advantage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we've actually worked on things now to get it to where I'm comfortable at 260. You know what I mean? Type thing. So, but yeah. So the doctor, he looked at me. This doctor told me word for word. He guaranteed my loss if he let me cut this pound and a half. I was like, wait, whoa. And I'm superstitious with it. And I was like, the doctor said, I was like, if the doctor said it, then it's got to be true, man. What I mean? So he said it because my resting heart rate was high. But I told him straight up, like, if I tie my shoes wrong in the morning, my resting heart rate goes up, So like, I don't know, why we're doing that. So honestly, going into the fight, that was the only stress. And then waiting on the memes after the weigh-in, because I knew they were coming. Yeah. Oh, Chris Barnett, second heavyweight, not the minute. I was like, here they go, But but like even then, like everything was smooth. Even after that, the jokes came. I took it on the chin, as they say, and yeah, you know what I mean? After that, it ran smooth, I knew I had to put on a fight performance to win everybody back just in case, because that is honestly one of those things that's kind of like, it's disrespectful and unprofessional for real, like to come in and then heavyweights, dude, like, come on, man, you know what I'm saying? So I knew for a fact, like I made sure I was like, Jake, I'm so sorry, man. I'm telling you, man, like, oh my God. He was like, dude, I'm not worried about it. I almost came in overweight. And I was like, cool, man, cool. Sweet. You know what I'm saying? So like he almost didn't he didn't even want to take the penalty, but you have to, so he took it, whatever, did whatever. But yeah, man, like that was the only stressor was that doctor. But yeah.
100%. Chris, obviously you just spoke about the fight with Jake, and I know it was only, a month and a half ago at this point, month ago. When are you looking to return? Is it sort of the first quarter of next year, or are you looking to get back in sooner if you can?
I would like, cause I'm feeling, when I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great. And that's when I can make weight. No, this sounds crazy.
Hey,
but not like honestly, like I'm prepped, I really would love to get on this December card because, Tampa's my backyard, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where I started fighting and everything. And that's right down the street, from me. Actually, the last time I fought in Orlando, I fought Walt Harris. So, but wait, just to dial it back on that last question, the doctor that came in during the second round to come check me out was the same doctor that guaranteed me I lose if I cut that weight.
Man.
So I was terrified. I was like, oh God, he's about to call this fight. Please.
And just while he's checking you in between rounds, he's like, I told you should have cut that pound and a half.
Exactly. But literally I had to tell him a joke to get him out the ring because he did the shoulder pat twice, and I was like, no, don't you dare. Don't you dare. And I said, he goes, can you see? I said, yeah, I see you, and I see my ugly coach behind you. And he was like, okay. He goes, if this gets any worse, I have to call it. And I was like, say less. Don't say anything else. I got you. But yeah, for real, man. But yeah, dang, I forgot the first question. My bad.
Your return to fighting. When do you want to return?
That's right. December. So hopefully, what is that? December 3rd. December 3rd, December 4th. Actually, now that I say that, I got a big jujitsu. Like it's I think it's called BJJ versus MMA. Like it's a big thing in Miami. They're gonna shoot me because I don't remember the name of it, but whatever. I mentioned something about it. But yeah, I got that going on. I mean, if I get a UFC fight in between then and there, they'll understand. They don't
Yeah,
have no
yeah,
choice but to understand.
yeah.
But now that'd be cool because I love Tuivasa, and that'd be cool to be on the same card as him, you know. So
Yeah.
between that and then Phil Rowe, also
Mm.
Phil Rowe's on that card too, man, and that's big homie. I watch him just because how smooth he is when he's boxing, and I'll go in the gym and I was like, okay, so if I move like this, I can actually, oh yeah, you
I
know,
am for
so
real.
it works out, you know, right, right. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? So his come up and whatnot also, dude. So a big fan of his. So that'd be cool to get on that Orlando card. And again, that being in the start of where, you know, where I got my beginning from, Florida, you know, to be on a UFC card in Florida would be amazing.
Mm. Can't hear you, man.
Uh-oh.
Can't hear you. There we go. There we go.
Do you have an opponent yet for the grappling match?
No, actually, I'm on team. Now look, I know some people feel weird. I'm on Dillashaw's team.
Mm.
With Zook. So like, yeah, like I feel so bad because this weekend, like me and Aljamain are cool. Like after
Yeah.
that Volante fight, me and him, like even before the Volante fight, that week, I don't know what it was, but we clicked and we've been buddies ever since. And then here comes Dillashaw with this great sponsor offer, and he's like, "Yeah, by the way, we got a jiu-jitsu match. You want to be on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
team?" And I was like, "Sure."
Okay.
And then they announced this fight, and I was like, "Oh, here we go." Right?
Yeah.
Yes,
So I haven't answered any questions about them two or anything. I've just been like, yeah, good fighters, and they
No
both
comment.
are good fighters. But yeah, so I don't. Yeah, they haven't given me an opponent yet. But my thing is like honestly, I hope it's like one of those the straight ground BJJ guys, because that's what I've been
yeah.
working on. I've been working
Yep.
on so much of it. You know, I hope
Yeah.
it is one of those type of dudes or whatever. But no, I'm on a team with. Oh my god, I forgot her name. She's got the red hair. She's on a winning streak like right now.
Not
Ran,
Oh my god,
Random Marcos, not Random
Julian
Marcos.
Robertson.
Julian Robertson. That's it.
Julian. Yeah, like the super
Yeah,
red hair.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
no.
yeah,
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 it's like somebody colored this red hair.
yeah.
Yeah, like so.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm on her team. I think I saw Wagner Roach on my poster also, so which is cool. You know, I know he actually is in the same lineage as my second BJJ coach, Mike Yanez. They both got
Mm.
their black belts from Pablo Popovich.
Yeah.
So that I saw him on the little poster, and I saw my little goofy butt on the side, and I was like, yeah, I made it, you know. But yeah, man, like don't know who it is. Honestly, I'm just there to have fun. If you actually type in high rollers BJJ, I was in there doing cartwheels and everything. So when it comes to these BJJ matches, it's off limits for me. I
Yeah.
don't care what I might do my front flip this time. So be on the lookout.
Just open with a drop kick. Just open with a drop kick. But
That's
so
it. That
Chris,
just shut it all down.
so Chris, as the year is coming to a close, what are some of your goals for 2023, both inside and outside of the cage?
Man, again, I told you, I'm day by day. Like, of course, get another fight with who? Who cares? You know, like, but like, I'm literally just taking it in, at the moment, man. So if my whole thing is if I look too far ahead, I'll end up tripping over something I needed to do right in front of me,
Mm.
So that's where I'm at. Like I'm taking every little step that I take and looking at it and being like, okay, cool, okay, cool, okay, cool. The process that I got away from that because I used to jump too far ahead with certain things, But but if I were to speak on it, we'll say of course get another fight, go 3-0 in
Mm.
2023,
Yep.
maybe 4-0 if I can squeeze that in. Which that would definitely bump me up. They're already talking about they've got to put me on other cards, like they've got to put me higher up on the cards now,
Mm.
but it's tough to match a 2-2 UFC with anybody because, like so with the pop that I have, you want to put me on pay-per-view, but
Mhm.
what other UFC fighters, doing that? So
Yeah.
not to speak it into fruition, hopefully in 2023, I can get Arlovsky because, he's a
Mm.
big name.
Good
He's on the
fight.
tear right now. If you ask me, I think Jake beat him personally, you know. So, you know, that's my whole thing there with that. But yeah, man, so like honestly 2023 just keep moving. I'm moving at a turtle's pace, I'll say.
Yeah.
You know, the turtle won the race. The turtle won the
100%.
race.
He did. Chris, man, last one from us because you know it's late. We don't want to keep you too long tonight. From a little bit
Nah,
of your
man, y'all
time.
are good. I'm out here. I'm out here,
Well,
cuz. It's great out here. We good.
all right, we appreciate that. Look, man, we did see you. You recently went on and chowed down with Brendan Schaub on the Food Truck Diaries and got the kicks and all that. How was the experience with Brendan? And looks like they've got a pretty good production setup, man. So how was that experience going to
Man,
LA?
it was honestly amazing. And just to be, you know, we're in the tree of trust right here,
Of
guys.
course, always.
Just to be just being honest, I didn't know what to go into because you got to think he had just said all that stuff about Dana about 279, and then you get a fighter that was on 279 on your next food truck show,
Yeah,
and you get one that's not willing to, you know, hold back. And I'm not gonna bite my tongue. I'm
Yeah,
not
of
gonna make
course.
anybody look stupid, but I'm not gonna bite my tongue either, you know. So
Yeah.
I went out there cautious, and I was like, he's gonna try to bro me. I think he's gonna try to bro me, man.
Yeah.
But nah, dude, Brandon, like, man, super cool. Like, he caught me in the midst to where when I was like sharing the story, my man started tearing up for real. He almost made me. I was like, yo, you better stop right now, man. Not right now. You know,
Yeah.
we both gonna be in here crying, you know.
Yeah.
But like he's honestly just dude a wholesome guy, man. Like but it's I told him you know, there were certain things he asked me about, and I was like, dude, I don't step in that category. I act my wage. Y'all are in that millionaire category. Y'all, honestly, I told him like when it dials back to it, it just looks like it's a pissing contest. And I was like, both of y'all look goofy at
Yeah.
the end of the day. Like, you know what I mean? But I said, hey, I get it. You know what else y'all are doing? Making more numbers by looking goofy. So keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, exactly. You know what I mean? So like, I respect what he does. You know, again, as a man, he ain't gonna back down from Dana. You know, let him know. Shit, he fought for Dana. You know, he's like, you know, that thing. You
Yeah.
know, there's other jokes behind him and Dana, but you know,
Yeah.
that those two, it's you can honestly tell. I think at the end of the day, they might like start stuff and then be like, hey, look how many likes we got. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
just whatever. But nah, man, I think like that whole team out there was amazing, man. The whole Thick Boy, which I found out the company that sponsors me, Thick Boy with only 2 C's, is not a part of Thick Boy
Yeah,
with
that's three
3 C's.
C's.
Three C.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I asked Brandon about it, and he was like, "Man, I'm gonna leave those dudes alone, man. I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna sue them or anything. I'll let them do whatever." And he goes, "Plus, they're in Canada," and I was like, "You got a point there, eh? Leave them
Yes.
alone, man. They're nice
Yeah.
guys." But yeah,
100%.
man, like, but yeah, now him, that whole squad out there is real cool. Like, it was amazing. I've never been to Calabasas before. They flew me out, took care of me, got me a room, food, and all the stuff in the room, you know, I could think of, man. So, and then on top of that, he threw in them J's, you know, so I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. That was
I
nice.
went full fanboy when he pulled those. I was like, oh my God, you know,
Yeah.
but nah, man, like, yeah, overall, excellent, cool guy, man.
100%. Chris, look, man, we're going to leave it there. But look, one quick story on the way out is I want to thank you because I have a girlfriend and she knows I love the UFC and I love fighting, but she's not really into it herself, right? And then UFC 279 that morning, because the fights are here during the day, and that morning we're sitting there and I'm on the betting app and I'm going through and I'm looking at, you know, who am I going to bet on tonight? I said, hey, Barnett's a 5-1 dog. Like, you're a 5-1 dog. That's crazy in Australian market. And I'm like, that's nuts. And my girlfriend comes over and she goes, who's that? And I said, remember Chris? Remember we interviewed him in February, in March, the guy that did the front flip? She goes, oh yeah. And she goes, I'm going to bet on him. And I go, okay, cool. So she bets on you.
Nice.
And then now she's like interested when you fight, and she actually wants to watch you fight. So now you've made my girlfriend a fan of the UFC. So thank you, brother.
Awesome, man. That's what's up.
That's
Hey,
a family
man,
affair.
you are welcome, man. Look, They're not gonna stop this street of trust, y'all. We're gonna hold this down
got
forever.
we got this down, bro. That's it.
100%. Chris, it's always an honor, always a privilege to chat to you, man. You're one of a kind, and we look forward to chatting again in the future, man. It's always a privilege.
Awesome, definitely, man. I can't wait to be back on, man.
Definitely.
Appreciate you. Thank
Thanks,
you, Chris.
man.